Today in Standard 11 Chemistry, I am going to discuss states of matter. Yes, in states of matter, we will study today gaseous state. Gaseous state. We all know that matter exists in three states: solid, liquid and gas. In this, we are going to study about the gaseous state. So let us recapitulate some of the important properties of gases. Yes, I hope all of us know and all of us remember that gas is a state of matter which has no fixed volume and no fixed shape. Gaseous do not have fixed volume and fixed shape. Gases are highly compressible. Then the interparticle distance in gases is very large. So the interparticle or intermolecular force of attraction in gases is very less. And gases diffuse at very high rate. The rate of diffusion of gases is very high. So let us study some of gas laws which were framed by the scientists now. First of all, we have studied some of the properties of gases. What are those properties? I said gases have no fixed volume and fixed shape. Gases are highly compressible. The intermolecular or interparticle force of attraction in gases is very low. In case of gases, the interparticle distance is high. Again, you can say that in gases, the molecules or the particles move with very high speed. So, they have very high kinetic energy. Gases shows diffusion, that is intermixing of gases takes place very fastly. Then gases always forms homogeneous mixture. So after studying these properties of gases, I will be discussing today the gas laws. What are those gas laws? Gas laws I will be discussing. These gas laws, first one is Boyle's law. Yes, Robert Boyle was one scientist and he has given one law. What is that law? Law states that if the temperature is kept constant, then pressure of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its volume. Yes, what is Boyle's law? If the temperature is kept constant, if the temperature is kept constant, then pressure of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its volume. Pressure is inversely proportional to volume if the temperature is kept constant. How can you show that? P is inversely proportional to V at constant temperature. Okay? You can write like this. If you want to remove this proportionality sign, then we can put equal to and we can put a constant. So we can write P is equal to K by V. So we can write PV is equal to K. So we can define like this way also, that if the temperature is kept constant, then the product of pressure and volume of a given mass of constant, if the temperature is kept constant, then the product of pressure and volume of a given mass of a gas is constant. That is PV is equal to K. Now suppose at temperature T1, pressure of a gas, at temperature T1, pressure of a gas is P1 and volume is V1. Now if the gas is, volume is V1. Now if the gas is allowed to expand, gas is allowed to expand, gas expands to volume V2 and pressure changes to P2, then we can write P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Temperature, since temperature is constant, T is constant. So what I am telling, if you are keeping the temperature constant and if the pressure of a given mass of a gas is P1 and volume is V1, and then if the gas is allowed to expand and expand to V2 and its pressure changes to P2, then we can write P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 at constant temperature. So this is the mathematical formula for Boyle's law. You may be asked to calculate numericals and you can use this formula to calculate. Now this is a very simple graph. If you draw pressure versus volume, then how will be the graph? Graph will be like this. Okay, at constant temperature, and if you are drawing pressure versus 1 by V, then you will be getting like this graph. Okay, and you can try for different temperature also for this pressure and volume graph. Okay, now what is the practical application of this Boyle's law? Yes, students, you see, when mountaineers move to high altitude, they carry oxygen cylinders. Why do they do so? Because at higher altitude, the pressure of the gas is low, so the volume is very high, so the concentration of oxygen decreases and people faces breathing problem. So whenever mountaineers move to high altitude, they carry oxygen cylinder with them. So this is one application of Boyle's law, that at higher altitude mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders. Since the concentration of oxygen is very low, so the concentration of oxygen in the blood as well as in the brain of the person decreases. So to avoid that, people carry oxygen cylinders when they move to higher altitude. Okay, next we'll be discussing Charles' law. Charles' law. Charles' law. What does this Charles' law states? Yes, Charles' law states that at constant pressure, volume of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to temperature. If the pressure is constant, then volume is directly proportional to temperature. This is Charles' law. But I'll give you a detailed definition. How much the volume of a gas increases or decreases with the rise or fall in temperature, that I will give. Volume, Charles' law states that volume of a given mass of gas increases or decreases by 1 by 273 of its volume at 0 degree for every 1 degree rise or fall in temperature. Yes, first of all we'll have to understand, if the pressure is constant, then with the rise in temperature the volume will rise. The volume will increase, the gas will expand. Now, how much it is expanding? That I am telling. That volume of a given mass of a gas expands by 1 by 273 of its volume for every 1 degree rise or fall in temperature. Let us express this mathematically. Suppose we want to calculate volume at T, at temperature T. Then how can we calculate that? That will be equal to V0, volume at 0 plus V0 by 273 into T. Okay. Next, suppose you are calculating for 10, volume at 10 degree. It will be how much? V0 plus V0 by 273 into 10. Okay. Now, if we want to calculate like this, volume at minus 273 degrees Celsius, how much you will be getting? See, it will be V0 plus V0 by 273 into minus 273. So how much you are getting? You are getting 0 volume. You are getting 0 volume. See, if you cut like this, you will be getting minus 1. So you are getting V0 minus V0, that is equal to 0. So this is the temperature at which volume of the gas is 0. It is not possible practically. It is not possible practically. But this is the hypothetical temperature at which the volume of the gas becomes 0. And this temperature minus 273 is known as absolute 0. So, people may ask you, what is absolute 0? You will tell that it is a hypothetical temperature of minus 273 degrees Celsius at which the volume of the gas becomes 0. Okay? You can show this like this way. Suppose this is volume and this is temperature line and this is volume. Then suppose we are marking here minus 273, minus 200, minus 180. Like this way, suppose we are marking temperature. Now, at minus 273, the volume of a gas is 0. This temperature is known as absolute 0. Okay. Now, if you draw graph of volume versus temperature at constant pressure, how will be the graph? Graph will be like this. It will be like this because volume is directly proportional to temperature. Now, we got V is directly proportional to T. So, to remove this constant, to remove this proportionality, we can write here K1 T. K1 is constant of proportionality. So, we can write like this. V by T is equal to K1, that is constant. So we can write V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So we can write V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. Okay. Next is Gay-Lussac's law or pressure temperature law. Gay-Lussac's law or pressure temperature law. This law states that if the volume is kept constant, then pressure of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to temperature. What is that? If the volume is kept constant, then pressure of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to temperature. So, P is directly proportional to T at constant volume. So, we can write P is equal to KT. So, we can write P by T is equal to K. So, this is equal to constant. Again, we can write P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. How you will be getting the graph? Graph will be like this. Pressure versus temperature, if you are drawing, we will be getting a straight line. Okay? Now, next is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law states that under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, equal volume of all gases contains same number of molecules. What does Avogadro's law states? Avogadro's law states that under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, equal volume of all gases contains same number of molecules. Okay? So, Avogadro's law states that V is directly proportional to N. Okay? So, we have studied Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law and Avogadro's law. Now, after combining these laws, we will get. So, we have studied Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law, Gay-Lussac's law. Now, combining these laws, we will get what? Ideal gas equation. So, let us derive ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation. See, according to Boyle's law, V is inversely proportional to P at constant temperature. According to Charles' law, V is directly proportional to T at constant pressure. Next, according to Avogadro's law, V is directly proportional to N at constant pressure and temperature. So, by combining this, we can write V is directly proportional to NT by P. Now, P is directly proportional to NT by P. Now, to remove this proportionality, we can write V is equal to N RNT by P. What is this R? R is a constant of proportionality. It is known as universal gas constant. So we can write PV is equal to nRT. This is ideal gas equation. And here the R is what? R is universal gas constant. Its value is 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Okay. So all of us will study gas laws, Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law, Gay-Lussac's law, and combining these laws, we will write ideal gas equation. Okay, thank you.